around 1 to 2 kills from ZywOo. That's fair. It's true. He had a few moments. Unfortunately, Mezzi kind of ghosted his way through map 2 and 3. His duo with Spinks was abused quite a few times on the B side of Dust. With the smoke CT spawn, they never really stood strong enough to kind of repulse the attack, and that is the truth. Apex as well, Stinker, map 2 and 3. So you basically have two individuals who are averaging, I don't even know, 0.4 KPR over the last two maps.
But I think even you talk about Spinks, right? I think when you watch Vitality play Dust 2 CT side, you see him more in underground than you do in B usually. Right? But you can't do that when you're down 5-0.
I know.
And that's like where Vitality CT side does better, when they're more aggressive, when they're trying to deny that control, and that's just hard to do when you don't have the economy, when you're losing, right? When you're starting. Just the better team today.
They were the better team, and at the helm of that better team was our MVP. It's James. Go figure that. Are you surprised?
No, not really. I think individually he had an incredible games. The numbers are pretty straightforward, 52, but mostly on the AWP. I thought he was extremely efficient, pretty much a la James style. No, it's not too extravagant.
Very punishing.
Yeah, it's very punishing. He knows the angles he needs to hold, and it makes sense within the system. And I think that's one of the conversations we had. Honestly, this was nothing but spectacular from him. Strong performance from James.
Yeah, absolutely. And I liked what we saw even on Mirage, right? We touched on it a little bit, some of the more fast-paced rounds, right? That makes VP more difficult to read, because a lot of teams, you know, when they're playing that slow style, are just saying, okay, listen, just don't use your nades, save some of the utility, just fake a little bit of aggression, right? So they don't just start peeking you and then make those late rounds uncomfortable for them. But you can't really do that when they have the opportunity to just pop the bomb site.
I agree with you. I also think some of these highlights reminded us of how many times James actually found ZywOo. And that kill is so instrumental considering how ZywOo was playing in that game. He's had a few moments where he's long on Inferno, he peeks into library, bam, that's onto ZywOo. Dust 2, second gun round, ZywOo attempts to retake information catwalk, James is ready with the AWP. So if you want to do a comparison, like his positioning was better than ZywOo's. Like he was when he needed to be. You could make the argument it's easier because you're the leader and you're creating that sphere, sure. But in general, he was where he needed to be, hit those shots, punishing, as Yanko said. A+ for James.
Yeah, A+, and you know, it's what earned them this spot in the semifinal. Now that, I mean, they've got to stack up against G2, which will be interesting to break down tomorrow. And just to kind of clarify, yes, your match is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow.
Just so you know.
Yeah, yeah, the fame. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that game. I think it's going to be really exciting. You know, G2 looking good with this new roster. VP seems to have sorted some stuff out during the player break for themselves as well. The map pools are going to be good for both teams. So yeah, I think we're just in for a very entertaining game tomorrow.
Yeah, semi-final, to say the least. You know, it's one thing to come through here on day one and you do what you got to do, and then you kind of build up into this moment where you get today with your Vitality, right? So back to their drawing board, which is what? I mean, we're talking about things that they're not just like a mental barrier, but maybe like a team sort of synergy.
I tried to tell you when we started this tournament, I said the issues that Vitality ran into the last 3 tournaments prior to the break are not issues you solve during the break. That's my problem. It isn't just Counter-Strike based. It's not just about, oh, that B defense is an issue. It's spread across maps. It's a matter of philosophy. It's a depth of the CT side that they don't have. And then mentally, I mean, maybe we get to hear from them at some point. Maybe we get interviews from them as well. And they could put some words on what happened. But this is a repetition. Like the pattern continues. Who's to say there's not going to be 5? Like, I'm a man of numbers. And it works
to exist right in its shoes right here. G2 VP, that is what we've been building up to today. And then if you look at the top side for the quarterfinals, Na'Vi, FaZe for the bracket, for the playoffs, we're well and truly in it now. Look at the top side. Give me some looks.
Well, it's a Panther.
Had someone, I mean,
Cross.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, like, he's just retired. Maybe we can fly him in. Do you want to have a soccer player over there?
Yeah, Johan Cruyff. You know who that is?
Cruyff.
Nice, yeah.
Nice.
Cruyff's turn, you know, right? Like
Years old, yeah.
That's the whole thing. Like